Hello everyone, it's Blur, and today I want to go over a few tips and tricks for Farseer Resto Shaman that I've picked up as I've been playing the spec a little bit more. None of these are super game changing, but if you work them into your gameplay, I think you'll save a few globals, hopefully survive some sketchier hits, and ideally clean things up overall. Number one is the interaction between Unleash Life and Ancestral Swiftness. Because of the nature of their cooldowns, you'll often press them together, but the order depends on what you're trying to do. If I know I'm about to have to pump a lot of healing, I go Ancestral Swiftness first, since it's off the GCD, and then press Unleash Life. That lets me fit an extra healing global into the Ancestral Swiftness window, as the Unleash Life heal gets duplicated by the two Ancestors that are already out from Ancestral Swiftness. If I'm trying to open with damage, I flip it. I'll Unleash Life first, and then Ancestral Swiftness, so I'm not wasting an Ancestral Swiftness global on a heal and can immediately start blasting damage. The Ancestral Swiftness Ancestor also lasts a little bit longer, so there's really no need to burn the heal GCD when we can just get an extra free damage cast in that window. Number two is the interaction between Cloudburst and both Ascendants and our Ancestors. So the duplicated healing from Ascendants doesn't charge Cloudburst, but the initial burst whenever you either press Ascendants or when it procs does feed Cloudburst. Additionally, Ancestor healing now also feeds Cloudburst too. So I try to have Cloudburst down before I press Ascendance, and I also make sure Cloudburst is down before I hit Ancestral Swiftness or Unleash Life. This means that all that Ancestor healing is stuffing Cloudburst, and will make the pop noticeably bigger. Number three is Ghost Wolf with the Spirit Wolf talent. So Ghost Wolf gives 5% DR per second, stacking up to 4, so you get up to 20% if you pre-shift into Wolf a couple seconds before a big hit. This can really help with things like Curse of Stone on the Hall's second boss, or the Maelroom Soak in Tazavesh, if you get that free DR rolling before it lands. This is huge because Shaman notoriously has a hard time surviving outside of Astral Shift and Stone Bulwark Totem, both of which are fairly large cooldowns. Ghost Wolf obviously has no cooldown, so you're able to get a 20% DR for any of these hits at any time, as long as you make sure to shift in advance. Next is the way that Healing Surge will reapply Flame Shock for me with Master of the Elements. I like to start a pull with Lava Burst into one Flame Shock to get the dot up, and then, especially in single target, really try not to waste globals hard pressing more Flame Shocks to get the dot up. Instead, after I Lava Burst, I'll try and weave a Healing Surge, and Master of the Elements will reapply Flame Shock automatically. That saves a couple globals over a fight and keeps damage rolling while I'm still healing the team. And lastly, that same Healing Surge applied Flame Shock will make our Ancestors cast Lava Burst for free. With Master of the Elements, when I Healing Surge during Ancestral Swiftness, the heal gets duplicated by our Ancestors, and the Refresh Flame Shock procs the Ancestor to throw out a Lava Burst. This means I can spend a global on Healing Surge to stabilize my team without sacrificing too much of my damage. So I'll show you what I mean by this. So we'll Lava Burst into a Flame Shock, right? We have the Master of the Elements buff rolling. I'm going to Ancestral Swiftness to get my Ancestors out. And now you'll see when I cast this Healing Surge, not only are my Ancestors going to duplicate the healing, but they're also going to throw out a free Lava Burst. Watch. So my Ancestors duplicated the healing, as well as sent out a Lava Burst towards my target. I don't think any of these are super life-changing on their own. Maybe the Ghost Wolf DR is the most impactful in hierarchies, but together I think they can really add up. If you try and work these into your runs, I really think you'll feel a difference. I hope you learned something today. Drop any feedback in the comments, and as always, happy keying.